Yeah, honestly, there's some things we gotta talk about, but I promise we'll get through it if you hear me out. You've been crippled by fear and you've been drowning in doubt, but if we work together, we will figure it out. Honestly, this is not a love song. It's a song for the world who's been loved wrong. It's a song for the people who trying to stay strong in the world where the leaders don't even know what's going on. It's something that should be talked about. What's up, people? It is your man, DJ Shabach, and we are back with another episode of Something That Should Be Talked About. What is this? Episode 5, 6, 7? I don't know. 4?
Yes,
4? Listen, it's been a lot of episodes. Okay, we've been recording like 2 times a week.
Yes,
this is a lot of people at the lot. Okay, and I'm like, why I gotta see y'all twice a week? Jesus,
oh my God.
That's enough. But listen, we got a good show for you today. Tyrina says she's very excited for this topic. Yes. And I'm excited too. But before we get there, you already know what time it is. If you don't know, these are our wonderful co-hosts for the Friday show. Y'all want to introduce yourselves again for the newcomers?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Flo, Shabach's girlfriend. You know.
Flo, the one and only.
Yes, and I am Tyrina. I'm a model and a photographer, and then obviously you can follow my Instagram.
That'll be down below somewhere.
And my TikTok, same thing.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that it was like 2 different personalities.
Yeah, so my Instagram is like business. I'm more professional on there, and then my TikTok is like my personality. I like in my bio on TikTok it says I like to be a little messy.
A little messy.
Yes.
Jesus. I done dealt with some messy people today. I ain't gonna name names, but anyway.
Anyway.
All right. So we're gonna get into the segment Game Time.
Game Time.
You already know what time it is. So today, for game time, we are playing a little game called Culture Tags, okay? You can get it on your Amazon or eBay. I don't know, anywhere where you can purchase games. But Culture Tags is basically abbreviations of the culture. What culture? The black culture, okay? So we have different categories such as daily savings, church, what else? Black Twitter, I said daily savings, sayings. And a few others, okay? So they are going to be playing the game as usual. Flo says she don't know if she's going to win this one. If you've been watching, she been winning.
On a roll. On a roll.
So I'm going to show them the card, and they have, let's say, 15 seconds to guess the card. Whoever gets to 7 cards first will win. Y'all ready?
Wait, but you can also give us hints too. It's on the back of the card.
Yeah, you should be able to give us hints. Just don't say anything, any of those words.
Well, actually, where is the word? So I know. Okay, there it is. All right. So, all right, y'all can't see none of this stuff first. All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. In 3, 2, this may be a hard one. 3, 2, 1.
What's the category?
Category is songs and lyrics.
Who's it by?
A rapper who has died.
Okay.
From the 90s.
Okay.
He's associated with someone that is in the news lately. Another rapper.
Biggie? It's Biggie?
Yes.
That's all I got.
Jeez. A Biggie
song?
Y'all know it.
One song I know.
Y'all know it.
I wonder.
I wish.
Oh, jeez.
I was.
3, 2, 1. It was all a dream.
It
I
was
used to
all
read
a
Word Up
dream.
magazine.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Y'all, Jesus.
We gotta show them the cards too, so they know like what the letters are.
I was looking at the letters like.
Yeah, next one. I know.
Next
I was like, I what? Like.
All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to them first.
Yeah.
All right, y'all see it? Let's see it. Up, there we go. Boom. All right. Now to y'all. TV and film is the category. This is a good one.
What's a hint?
Two famous black actors are in this.
Okay.
There is a famous scene at the end of the movie that had to deal with a pie.
A pie.
Mm-hmm.
The Help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You is kind. You is smart. You is kind. You is smart. You is. Oh yeah, intelligent.
Intelligent is not the word. That's
You-
crazy. You was close
You
though.
is kind. You is
Importance.
smart. Important.
Right.
Okay, I still got that one.
Yeah,
That's
you got
sorta.
it.
All right, next card. Song and lyrics.
Okay.
I mean, you grew up in the church, so you probably get this one. I'm gonna say I'll just go ahead and say it. Mary Mary. I don't know if you're gonna get this one.
Shacks off my feet so I can dance.
Take the what?
Something.
Take the shackles off.
Oh, shackles. Yeah, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance.
I'll go ahead and give that one to you. All right. Oh, I was supposed to show y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, here.
All right.
There you go.
Let's
I don't know
go to
the light.
Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, man, this is a lot. All right, here we go. Boom. Y'all see it? Y'all see it first? Okay. Black Twitter. This is a good one.
That's the hint, Black Twitter.
Yes. Well, no, that's just the category, Black Twitter. The hints, I would say it ain't mathing. Or it ain't adding up. Y'all need another hint?
Yeah.
You have dollars and you have
Money.
dollars and a dollar bill and what?
Change.
What's another word for change?
Another word for change.
50.
Cents?
Yes.
Make it make sense.
All right, she finally got one. Look at her. All right.
Make it make sense.
This is songs and lyrics. Y'all see it? All right. Back to the Christian topic of songs and lyrics.
Bye.
Kirk Franklin. Old song from the 90s. Well, I don't know if neither one of y'all gonna get this.
Go
Oh.
get
Ugh.
God.
God gotta be in there.
I know, and I'm trying to see the G. Like, what is the G?
I'm like, what is that? Okay, give like another.
So stump.
Stop. Something. God. What?
It's a lyric and
It's a lyric and stump.
It's just, dang. What's crazy?
oh, good people, are you with me?
Good people. The heck?
No. Good people, are you?
God's
with
people.
There you go.
Okay,
Wow.
there you go.
So it's-
no, it's
yeah,
on her. Yeah,
all right.
yeah, it's on her.
So it's technically
Me? Bro, I had
GP.
everything.
Yeah, you had everything on it except for that.
So
You
it's
said
technically GP. Are you
people?
with me?
Oh,
Oh
GP.
yeah, we got
GP,
the church.
Are you with me? Okay. GP,
All right, y'all see
are you
it?
with
Y'all
me?
see it? Okay.
Black Twitter.
Yes, Black Twitter.
Do people actually use these acronyms?
No, we're just supposed to get. Yeah.
Cause I'm like,
What's a hint?
Britons are known for this, or known for part of this.
Sipping tea. Time. Sipping. Is it sipping?
It's not sipping.
Stirring. Tea.
Something with tea.
stirring the tea.
3,
That's not it?
2, no. Alright. We thought that something happened when the table was
Spilling.
wet.
Spilling the
Spilling the tea. Okay.
Spill the tea. I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Back to songs and lyrics. Okay, y'all see it? Y'all see it? There we go. There we go. Ooh, hopefully y'all can see that. Y'all have to zoom in. All right, y'all ready? Songs and lyrics. Oh, this is a good one. Do 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 do.
I want to rock with you all night. Michael Jackson.
All right. Ooh, I don't know if y'all gonna get this one. This is a long one. Jeez. We're gonna take it to church. All right, we're going back to church, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Y'all know this one.
God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.
That's crazy.
And
all the time.
Technically, I guess so. All right, family and friends. All right, y'all see it. Y'all see it. All right. Ooh, I would say black family.
You said see you tomorrow, girl.
See you tomorrow. That's crazy. We're not texting. C, and even C.
I know that's what I was saying. Like, what? Catch you tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. That is incorrect.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
What's the hit?
Black family.
Yeah, black family.
I would say I would go even further. A black mother who's mad.
I don't get it.
Yeah, what?
Your mom is upset at you, and she asks you, why did you do this? And you say something back to her, but you say it kind of loud. What's she gonna tell you? 3,
Cut
2,
your
1.
teeth.
Check your tone.
Okay, check your
Wow.
tone. I said, okay, cut
Check your teeth?
Yeah, no, I said cut your teeth.
Wow. How can you even do that? All right, we're going back to church. Y'all see this? Y'all got it?
Oh my gosh, this is horrible.
All right, where y'all at? How many cards you
winning. I got 2.
You got 3?
She got
Yeah, I got 4.
4. Ooh. All right, here we go. I don't know if y'all gonna get this one. It's at church. Has to do with Satan.
That's it? That's all you gonna
And only Satan. 10, 9.
that ain't nothing but the devil.
Wow. Woo! I didn't think she was gonna get that one.
I wasn't even thinking
I didn't
about
think
that.
it either. I didn't think I was gonna get it until I started trying.
All right, y'all see it? Y'all see it? Okay. So what, we 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is songs and lyrics.
By who?
Beyonce.
That.
Jay-Z.
Call Becky with the good hair.
She catching up to you, Flo. You gonna let her do this to you? You got a reputation to keep.
I already said.
All right, y'all got it? All right. TV and film.
Okay. I know, like, you be pausing like we just gonna get it off rip.
Will Smith. It's a song from a TV or film. It's a theme song.
Yeah, I know it. I'm trying to figure out how the song goes.
Wow.
How I became. Oh no.
The fact that. Where is Will Smith from?
Chicago.
Chicago? What?
No.
I'm not. You made me drop the card.
No, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
No.
Where's he from?
Y'all are.
I know.
I know Will Smith has not been in the best light lately. Huh? No, rewind. Rewind. Rewind.
Rewind to
Let
what?
me tell you a story, right?
Let me tell you a story about how my life got switched up, turned upside down. And then I'd like to take a minute to sit right here. Just how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Ding.
Mm-hmm. What else?
The letters don't match.
What else? Keep going. Keep going.
I don't
know.
have the song memorized.
Oh
What
my
happened to the
gosh.
card? I don't. Where are the letters?
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Y'all still ain't got it.
No, and he's not from Pittsburgh.
No.
Washington?
No.
He's
No.
no, not Washington. It's
No,
definitely.
DC?
No.
Baltimore?
All right.
Oh, maybe is it Baltimore?
In West
Maryland?
Philadelphia, born and raised.
I said Philadelphia.
No, you did not.
I said Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I said that. Rewind the clip.
Look, rewind. If she said Philadelphia, put a 1 in the chat.
Oh my God.
For real.
All right. Y'all ain't neither one of y'all got that one.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
All right, we're going back to
Dang.
church.
There you go.
Y'all got it? Y'all got it? All right. Going back to church. Satan again.
That devil is a lie. The devil is a lie.
Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. I
She
think
catching
won.
up. How many do you got?
5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
This
All
whole
right.
time still?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Dang. I
Y'all
still got a
see it?
chance.
Man, okay. I was about to be like, dang, am I wrong? I was like, I know that nigga's from.
Okay. All right. This black Twitter.
What's the Addy? Never mind. That was
Yo, yeah, like, you
That
skipped
was-
2 letters. You done skipped
You may
2
be a
letters.
little dyslexic.
Oh my gosh.
Let's try.
Maybe you're sounding out syllables and making them letters. Anyways.
What's the drama talking about?
What's the drama talking about?
What's the
Just making up your own stuff?
What's that? Never mind.
I'll put it like this. It's about a who
Who?
or whose.
Who that?
That
Who's
I never said who was in it. I just said it's about whose.
what?
What's
Where?
the details?
They don't do it here.
They don't do it here. They do it there. Where?
They do it everywhere. To anybody?
3,
Who?
2, 1. Where they do that at?
Where they
Oh
do
my
that? Okay.
There's
All right.
no way.
Daily sayings. Okay. Y'all see it? Here we go. Oh! Speaking of West Philadelphia.
Okay.
Dang, it's been
No.
that long? Or did he must have just. Yeah,
What?
speaking of West Philadelphia.
Mrs. Daily Sayings. Okay. Hint.
Will Smith.
No. Mom.
When I say this next hint, y'all gonna be running to say it.
Okay.
So say it.
3,
Say the hint.
2,
Right. What the heck?
1. I'm saying the hint.
Give us a chance.
Oscars.
Keep my name out your mouth.
There you go. You
How
was
is this
you was still
Will-
stuck.
Yeah.
No, because he said
said
keep my wife's name out your mouth.
So that's why I was
And
But
I'm
it's
like-
the biggest hint though.
yeah, okay.
No, but it's not the same.
All Y'all see it? Here we go. Daily sayings.
That looks like a war that's about to happen.
Right.
It does. doesn't it? Let me see. Someone who accepts their fate on a
It
daily
is what it
basis.
is.
There you go.
Mm.
What's your title? I mean, what's your total?
Hold on.
6.
6?
Hold on, hold
There's
on.
one more.
Oh snap!
You at 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here's the next one. Y'all see it? Let's see.
No, she's
No,
at 7.
I won.
You won?
Yeah.
Oh dang! That's crazy. Dang, you won again. See, it's always the humble ones. Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna win this time.
I legit, you saw me like for the first 5 minutes not saying nothing because I didn't know what you were saying.
Hey, well, you
So-
came back. That's all that
No, for
matters.
sure did.
All right, so we're about to get into the topic of the day. This is a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get into it.
So the topic of the day. Excuse me. The topic of the day is masculinity and femininity. Femininity? Did I say it right?
Femininity.
See, I don't know. if you-
Femininity, right?
Maybe.
I think
Is masculinity and femininity supposed to be defined by society or your own individual relationships? So obviously this is within the context of a relationship. So is masculinity and femininity supposed to be defined by society or your own individual relationships? Who wants to start it off?
I guess I can start. So I don't think that society should define it, because I think we all like witness in our history books, and I'm sure that there are some people who also lived through it, witnessing society defining it for them and it not going well. So I think it's just, I also think like both people in relationships have a certain level of femininity and masculinity, and it should be like a balance within yourself. Because I think just for one person to just remain feminine or be over masculine can become toxic, right? So I just think that, you know, like within your relationship, you have another person who may be stronger in the masculinity side and the other person who may be more feminine.
Yes.
And they're able to like help you balance it. But I don't think that like the way that people talk about it, where it's like, oh well, you're taking the trash out and you gotta do or you doing only the cleaning and you only I'm not touching like I feel like that's just too immature for the masculine femininity type thing. Because
so are you taking the trash out?
Huh?
You gonna take the trash out?
No, but that's not about me being feminine. I don't want to take the trash out. I can take the trash out, but I don't want to. It has nothing to do with because I'm a girl. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm a girl, I don't need to take the trash out. I don't want to take the trash out.
Okay.
Just like there are some people, some women who might not want to cook.
Yeah. Or
men who might not want to change a tire. Like that doesn't take away from that person's masculinity or femininity. So
I can see that. But would you argue that some of the things that you said, though, are traditionally masculine and feminine things, though, to do?
I think that if you really think about it, it's not, because that's just what society was told us that it was. But if you really, like, if I'm by myself living in an apartment by myself, I'm doing all of the things that a man does and a woman does in the household, because I got to take care of my household.
Yeah.
So if I have to change something in the toilet, if I got to take out the trash, unless I'm going to have a stinky house, I got to do all of the stuff that traditionally men do. And I got to clean, cook, and do all of that. Like, all of those stuff is not man, woman. That's just people. People should be able to distribute that within their household, but it's not strictly masculine and feminine.
Right. I agree. But I would say once you get into a relationship, typically what is traditionally masculine, what is traditionally feminine tends to be separated between the two. So men would mow the lawn, take out the trash. A woman may typically do the dishes. And shoot, that's even another part of the question, right? I mean, another part of the conversation. Just even how I had to say that. Where a man would take out the trash, would mow the lawn, but a woman could, if she wants to, maybe, up to her, do the dishes, maybe, up to her, do the laundry, right?
There are
so,
some men who won't do the lawn or who don't even know how to use a lawnmower.
But I'm talking about tradition. I'm talking about the average man and woman relationship.
So why did you distinguish that? What were you trying to say?
Because when you get into a relationship, typically men are expected to do traditional things in today's time. Right. In 2023, not what used to be.
2024.
Thank you. 2024. Men are expected to do traditional things. Women, on the other hand, are not expected to do the dishes, take out the trash, take care of the kids, right?
So you don't think, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I
was just going to say, so you don't think that if, like you're just saying that a man will take out the trash, will mow the lawn, will do this, you don't think that a man is also looking for a woman who will cook, will clean? You're saying that nowadays it's an option for women?
It has to be.
Why?
Because if we go out on a date and I'm telling you, Or you could tell me, oh yeah, I love a man who knows how to mow the lawn, or knows how to fill up my gas before it gets low. You could say all these traditional men things and it's accepted. But if I dare to say, oh, I'm looking forward for a woman who could take care of my kids or do my laundry, what?
There's pushback.
Exactly. And so I feel like when we try to define these roles, we tend to lean into traditional values for men, but for women,
it's like more,
it's the opposite.
Yeah.
So don't you think we shouldn't define roles and just do what works for your relationship?
I agree. But what happens is if it's just the two of y'all, literally just the two of y'all, nobody else, yes, that can work. But social media, family, friends, they start influencing your perspectives on your relationship. You know, Johnny, he don't have to, like all these conversations start coming into the relationship. And now where you may have been fine with taking out the trash every now and then, or shoot, maybe you like gardening in a yard, and so you don't mind hopping on the lawnmower. But now since Susie like, he lets you do that. See, my man would never. And now you start feeling some type of way.
But that's if I truly genuinely like it, then I wouldn't feel some type of way. That I would just be like, well, no, I like going outside, doing outside stuff. That's my hobby or whatever. To whatever friend that's saying that, and if the friend is respectful enough, they're just gonna be like, okay, cool. But if you're letting people influence you that way, then that's because you didn't really want to do it in the first place.
Okay. Well, can you pull up that
image?
Yeah. So for my take, I first want to start off by saying that femininity and masculinity has nothing to do with gender. It's based off every human being has both masculine and feminine energy, and it is up to your individual person how much you're going to present of each one, and whether or not you're going to lean in more feminine or if you're going to lean in more masculine. But the goal is to be yin and yang. You want to have a balance of both, but in the same breath, I will say there is no such thing as a perfect balance. So even though people have both, it is up to the individual how much they portray. Yeah. If you have too much masculinity, that gets into being toxic. If you have too much femininity, that gets into being toxic as well. So that's my take on it. Yeah, so basically like they're polar opposites, but they complement each other, and we should be using both. And so I didn't really like the idea of it should be what was it called? Something by society? What is defined? I don't really like that. Yeah. Defined by society. No, I don't really. I think we.
Why not?
I just feel like that allows for a lot of opinions. I feel like bottom line, and maybe this is society, but bottom line, there are feminine roles as of what is on the list. Being passive, being constructive, being intuitive, being inward, that is feminine. So whether you're a man and you have those traits, that's just you tapping into your feminine. And on the other side, masculine, being projective, being active, giving. Does that say giving? Yeah, out and being outward and stuff like that. Those are masculine traits. So whether you're a woman and you have those type of traits, you are tapped into your masculinity. So that's why I don't really like saying society, but I don't know if that is technically like what society is. Yeah. I think where the problem is that people see a man and tell a man that this is exactly what you should do. Because you're a man, you should be doing this, this, and this. And then you see a woman, because you're a woman, you should be doing this, this, and this. I don't think that's right. I feel like it goes into the individual relationship. So whether or not like you are a woman who is a little bit masculine, you need to find somebody who is more feminine. Whatever trait that, and not necessarily, let me be careful when I say that. Whatever traits that you, let me give an actual example. Okay, say that I'm a woman who is logical.
Yeah.
And most of the, and that's actually true for me. I feel like I'm a pretty logical person, and sometimes it's to a fault, because I will literally talk myself out of whatever emotion that I'm feeling because I'm trying to be so logical about what it is, right? So my partner would be able to bring out that emotional side out of me, to be able to talk to me and get me to see, like, no, it's okay to feel, right?
Yeah.
And so and the opposite way, maybe she is really tapped in, or he is really tapped in to his emotional side, and where I would be able to be like, well, maybe you can look at it this way, and maybe they didn't mean it like that, or whatever example you want to put in. So it would just have to be finding the person who can balance you out.
Yeah.
And where was I going with that?
You was using the example. Where was she going?
Basically, what I'm just saying, it is based off the individual relationship. It shouldn't be defined, because there are situations where a guy is a stay-at-home dad. You're going to discredit him for being a stay-at-home dad because he doesn't do the traditional masculine roles. Like, no, his wife or his woman balances this out some way, so that way that it matches, that works for them. And so they shouldn't be judged based off what works for them. And that should be in any relationship.
So how far does it go, though? So we can argue that stay-at-home dad is fine. But is it okay for, let's see, is it okay for the mom to be teaching the son how to pee, to be teaching the son how to be a man, how to go on a first date when there's a dad in the house? And is it okay for the dad to be teaching the daughter how to pee, how to be a woman, how to, I don't know, your period, or different things that are traditionally women or men tasks?
But what you're giving me, giving me example of roles, and we're talking about the energies of what feminine and masculine energy is. So if I'm a woman and I'm teaching my son, and and there's a man in the house, I feel like naturally the man is going to teach his son how to use a bathroom, because that's what they relate to. Yeah.
So, right. So if someone relates to as a man, I guess really what you're getting at is it depends on what you're coming with.
Yeah.
So my thing here is, if I came with feminine tendencies, is it, and you came with masculine tendencies, is it your job to teach our son these masculine things, or is it still my job to teach our son the masculine things?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You're still on the role thing instead of the energies, because we're talking about, if you're saying that, like she was saying, an example of masculine energy would be like logical, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm more logical than my husband, then yeah, I'm gonna teach my kid how to be logical. That doesn't mean that you're less of a man and that I'm less of a woman for it, because logical isn't defined. Like, logical isn't
defined by gender.
Yeah, it's not a gender thing. I think that's what her point is.
Yeah, my point.
Nothing is gender. It's just energy.
When we're talking about the feminine and masculine energy, I think that's where the misconception is that, oh, I'm a man, so I have to present masculine, or oh, I'm a woman, so I have to present feminine. Like, no, it's not connected to being a gender. Now it is like traditional that men will present more of the masculine traits, and female will present more of the feminine. Sorry, a woman will present more of a feminine traits.
Yeah.
But it is okay to tap into both. So in your case, what you're saying, I just don't think it's logical to be like, oh, because my wife is presenting a little bit more masculine traits, that might mean that she's going to teach my son how to use the bathroom. Like, no, if there's a father in the house, the father will pick it up, whether he presents femininity or masculine more. Yeah.
Okay. So what about behaviors? Because now I understand that you are more liberal when it comes to femininity, masculinity, sexuality. But what about when it comes to traditional men and women who would consider a man, dang, I just lost the example, but basically would consider certain things to be men and women traits. What do we speak to that when, no, my man should not be acting like this. He should not be emotional. He should not be crying to me over every little thing. Or my woman should not be bossing me around or telling me what to do, right? What about those who do believe in traditional values?
Correct. And so that's where I was saying that it goes back to what the individual person wants to do. So if you are a man and you're like, I want my woman to submit to me, and you are on the traditional, she's going to cook, she's going to clean, she's going to stay home, take care of the kids, she's going to make sure my needs are good, whatever the traditional roles are, then you need to find a woman who is also on that same wave of, okay, I want to cook, I want to clean, I want to take care of the kids, I want to do that. You need to find somebody who matches you. And if you are dating a person or you're looking to be with somebody and you see that they don't match with what you want, keep it moving. And that's point blank, period. Like this whole idea of like trying to make somebody what they're not, or trying to make somebody feel bad about what they're not, is crazy.
Yeah.
It just depends on the individual person. What are you looking for? Then go find it. And if somebody doesn't match you, keep it moving.
Okay. Shoot, you kind of said it. I mean, that's the answer there.
Yeah, that's just how I feel. Like, I was watching this video because when you sent this thing, I already have like my strong opinions about this or whatever. But I was like, let me just get some more knowledge or whatever.
Where did those strong opinions come from, though? Because of how liberal you are, or because of society?
As far as like how I feel like everybody should be a balance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For my spirituality, understanding that the universe as a whole, everything is a balance. Everything is a balance. If you're leaning, what did I say? Anything in excess is crazy. Anything in excess is not good. Anything. So like if you are a person who loves money, if you're constantly driven to just go get the money and everything, and you're not thinking about anything else, that's not good. Yeah. It's not good for yourself. If you're a person who likes to eat cake and I'm eating so much cake, that's not good. So any example that you want to put, if it's too much of anything, it's bad. Yeah. So that's just kind of like just being connected to the universe, how the universe works and all the laws of the universe, understanding that that's where I can like go based off my opinion.
I feel that. I feel that. For me, I guess I believe in the more traditional values, slightly. Sorry. Because I believe that there are roles for men and women, and not because that I believe a man or woman should do it, but because it creates more balance. And this is even based off of what women have said, where they want to be in their quote unquote feminine energy. Correct. They want to chill and be tended to and everything. Or a man wants to, or they don't mind cooking for their husband or their man. They don't mind doing certain things for him. And so for me, I guess I lean towards the more traditional values, with the caveat that there are certain things that we may have a strong suit. You know, for instance, my dad, he was the cooker. So I learned cooking from him. So between Flo and I cook the most, you know, and that would traditionally be a woman thing, but I'm the one who cooks the most. So I don't believe that we should be bounded to our feminine or masculine traits or roles, but I do believe that sometimes it helps, for lack of words, cultivate the atmosphere that we desire. Because at some point, your natural tendencies are going to come in. I've heard a lot of black women who said that they are tired of being the independent black women, the strong, independent black woman, that they want a man to come in their life and swoop them off their feet and just, you know, do everything for them. So I think at some point you're going to get tired. And I can't speak for everybody, but for people who kind of believe in those, or you don't even think that you believe in the traditional values, but you actually lean into it. You actually enjoy it. Who doesn't enjoy being catered to in one way or another? And honestly, as a Christian, I believe that men are not just supposed to submit, or women are not just supposed to submit to men, but that's supposed to be a service to each other. Exactly. So however I can serve you, and however you can serve me. And therefore we have a healthy and balanced relationship between our femininity and masculinity. Now, here's a good question. based off of your liberal views,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that you have no problem if you're in a relationship with a man?
Mm-hmm.
You have no problem when you hear something downstairs. Babe, check it out. You have no problem going downstairs yourself?
No, that's not my, no. If I'm with a man, what? No.
Woo!
Go check that. What are you talking about? No.
So is that so where's, but if he's not the typical aggressor, because I know some people who are in that type of relationship where she is normally the aggressor.
Yeah.
That's what works for
Her. Exactly. And that just goes back to what I was saying. It just, it's always based off the individual person.
Okay.
So say I'm in the bed with the man and I hear a noise downstairs and he's not going to check it out. Oh, we're going to talk about it first. What was that about? But now I no longer feel protected. Now I no longer feel secure. And that doesn't necessarily, that's just what I personally want.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm with a woman, that's obviously going to be different. Like, nah, we getting up together. What? What? Nah, we about to go check it out together. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just it. But everything, like all the examples that you're giving me and stuff, I think it will always go based off what the individual relationship is. What do you like? What are you looking for? Go find somebody who matches that. But you shouldn't judge somebody else just because they don't match what you are looking for.
So there's an example. Or not example, it's I guess a real life situation where this dude was at home and he had, I guess, a lady friend coming over. He was like, hey, I don't feel like leaving the house. Do you mind going to such and such and picking me something to eat? And she was like, sure, if you're gonna pay for it. And he was like, what you mean? I gotta pay for you to get it? She's like, yeah, because you're gonna take me out of my feminine energy. What's your perspective on that? Tell the truth.
Yeah, no, I will. So if that was me, if that first of all,
if you was the girl,
if I was the girl, I probably wouldn't ask if they're gonna pay for it. I'm probably gonna just pay.
You just gonna pay
for it?
Are you gonna ask him when you get back? Hey, babe, you gonna send that money?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not. And that's just kind of how I've been. Even I have two parents who give and give and give, and so that's like kind of just what I grew up just giving. Like I don't really money. My relationship with money is so minuscule. I will spend money like crazy. I'll give money as long as I'm taken care of and like all the necessities are taken care of. I don't really care.
So you believe in 50-50?
I do not necessarily believe in 50-50.
What you mean by that?
It really does depend. It just depends like what my natural state wants. I can't even talk for that because like I said,
you say your natural state.
Yes.
What does that mean?
And that's why I was just about to take it away because I don't need, that didn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. I was just about to say like what I want can change based off the person that I'm dealing with. And maybe that's not good. Maybe that's not good, but maybe that's just who I am. But there are some situations where if I'm with a man, that doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. But if I end up with a man, I want him to take care of me and I want to be able to take care of him. But
he should be paying most of the bills.
He will be paying most of the bills.
So
for sure.
80-20 or like he paying 100 of the bills and you living a life of luxury.
I basically love what my parents do. And my dad takes care of all the main households. My mom takes care of me and my brother and the groceries.
What does that mean, you and your brother?
So as far as like if there was like little fees for school or whatever, my mom will pay that. But my dad takes care of the house. He takes care of the car notes. He takes care of all the cell phones and any major bills that come towards the family. My dad takes care of that. Wow. My mom will take care of the little things like I said, if any fees with school or whatever with me and my brother or any of the groceries and vacations.
He takes care of all every vacation need.
Your mom takes care of vacations. If we have vacations, yes. And I like that because you're taking care of all the bills.
Now,
where's
how
my money
often
going?
were they vacation?
Not often. So that's good. That's good. And also, and it's not just to say that my mom will always pay 100% of the kid. Like my dad does tap into that. Like he does give some money, but for the majority, like when we're on vacations, if we're eating out to restaurants, my mom's going to pay for it. And that works for them.
Okay. And that's the thing. And that works for them. But here's the issue. You're saying what works for them, but you're basing what works for them off for you as well.
Because I agree with that, and I like that.
So you don't believe that. So you don't believe that you can, if you with a man, you don't believe that you could tap into something different, because now something different is what works for you guys, you and this man, and not what worked for you and your parents.
I don't quite understand your question.
You and your parents, or your parents decided on what works best for them. But you're coming into the relationship with, well, my parents did this. So if I'm with a man, he got to come like this.
And that's what I want.
But that's what but here's my thing. Why not be open to shift if you find out that this man, whatever the circumstance may be, why not figure out what works best for you? And that's, I think, my point is most people come into relationships with biases and what already has worked for them, not what actually works for the relationship. So I'm used to having sex 5 days a week. Well, this woman or this man, he's used to 3. Well, you need to meet my needs instead of, well, let's figure out what works best for us.
I'm not just so stuck because I'm a person who is willing to work with people, you know? So if me and you can find, so let me stick with your example. A woman has sex 5 times a week. She wants her man to be on that, but the man is like, 3 times a week. Yeah. Okay. Either we're going to talk about it and we're going to figure out what we can, maybe we need to come in the middle and have 4, right? Or if you cannot agree with that and you're like, no, I'm only going to do 3. And I'm like, well, I'm about to only do 5. We no longer need to be together. What? It's that simple.
So, but which one do you think builds relationships?
So you're talking to a person who feels like after a certain time, after we've discussed it so much, I'm okay with letting you go.
Tap out.
Yes. What? Keep stressing out for what? No. If me and you are no longer working, and that's why I'm open. That's why I'm why I'm consensual non-monogamous. Because I can understand that there are some things where there are like absolute no's. I don't want to do this.
Okay.
And a person is free to feel that. So either I'm going to be able to work with you on that and we can come to some sort of compromise, or I can make the decision that no longer works for me. And I said something that I don't mind cutting people off. That's not quite true. I actually have a really hard time cutting people off, which is why I have a lot of loose ends. And I had to do that because I know one of my friends is going to watch
loose
this.
ends.
Yeah. So,
that's a red flag. Well, listen, I got a lot of loose ends.
Okay, and no. And everybody who dates me is going to know, yes, I have a lot of loose ends. Anybody can come back into my life and I can talk to them and we'll be cool. It don't mean that I'm going to want a relationship with them or nothing like that. But unless you're that girl that I talked about in episode 2, there is nobody in this world that I have so much serious beef where if you came to me and you needed me in a moment that I wouldn't be an ear to listen.
Even if you in a relationship?
Yes. What? I'm consensual non-monogamous. What? You talk to me and I'm going to tell my person about it. What?
So,
like, no.
But, okay. I mean, but yeah. But, okay. So you say you're going to talk to him about it, right? I mean, I know this is off topic. But, like, I was in a situation with Flo. Where
see, this is where you already started off wrong because I'm not a consensual non-monogamous.
But listen. Where there was this girl who I used to mess with. She came back in my life and she was calling me because she needed help or whatever, and I was about to be like, hey, I'm about to go help her out or whatever. She's like, what you doing? So what if your current boo thing ain't cool with the old thing? They find whatever new thing you find, whatever, but they ain't cool with that old thing. But you saying you don't tie up loose ends,
right? But that doesn't mean that I won't respect my partner. That doesn't necessarily mean that.
So
that's why
the partner comes first.
It depends on where we are in the relationship. Yes. If I'm saying that I want a primary partner, of course I'm going to put my partner's wants and needs at a higher value than anybody else's, of course. Okay. All I'm saying is that the door is open.
Okay.
if somebody calls me like, hey, Tyrina, it doesn't mean that I'm going to jump or do anything. All I'm saying is I'll answer the phone. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm going to do whatever you need. I'm about to jump for you or nothing like that. I'll answer the phone, see what you want. If it don't work for me.
So you don't got nobody on block?
No, I'm a person who I can't block.
That's crazy.
I can't. Even old girl that I said I don't want to ever hear from
You
again in episode 2.
Right.
So go watch episode 2. Yes, I don't even have her blocked. But no, I don't ever want to speak to her ever again in my life. Ever.
So don't hit her line.
Don't.
Don't even think about
Don't. I don't care if you're burning. I will not spit on you. Yes.
She next door. And you got a fire extinguisher.
No.
Oops.
Wow.
My bad. That's crazy.
That's
Well, okay. Now,
and there's no hate. No hate at all. Like I
but
promise you.
no hate.
Yeah, no hate. Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick disclaimer because I definitely didn't specify, but just because I allow people to still have some sort of access to me doesn't mean that they hold the same value in my life. I just wanted to clear that up. Just because like I'm cool with answering the phone or whatever doesn't mean that you have the same value in my life. You might have started off as somebody I was interested in. Now you're just a friend, or now you're just somebody that I can appreciate what the experience is. So it's no beef and we can be cool on whatever level that means. I just wanted to clear that
Now,
up.
I would say this. For me personally, I do believe that when a woman and man, traditionally, when they come together, that they should figure out what works best for them and not be defined by society. The issue is the underlying tones. For instance, there are some people that we know or that I know who I'm like, they say it works for them now. They say. But I see some tension. I see some issues on the horizon. It may not be this year, but it may be next year. And if they don't figure it out, which is actually coming up with, hey, communicating, this is what I need, this is what you need, et cetera, et cetera. But if y'all just kind of gel into these feminine or masculine, oh, this is what I naturally do, this is what you naturally do, what tends to happen is I don't even think it's so much of a bad thing when you have it, when you communicate, but outside sources can come in and influence your relationship and make you be like, you know what, dang, maybe I do like a man who does this or do like a woman who does this. And now you like, I never realized I enjoy this or I need this. But because y'all kind of become accustomed to, well, she normally does this or he normally does that. Now further on down the line, there's issues. And so for me, I believe that you have to communicate those things and that most people have to communicate the expectations of the feminine and masculine roles in your relationship. But I've seen a lot of people, not saying yourself, but a lot of people who believe in the liberal perspective for that, oh, we just let things flow. We just let things figure out whatever. If it is, if it's not, whatever. And I don't believe that actually works. I believe that you have to talk about it and that you have to be like, hey, here's what I'm willing to do. Here's what you're willing to do.
But I feel like you can be a person who just lets things flow and still talk about it.
I would say to an extent. It depends on what it is, because I think that there are certain things that it's going to cause resentment. So eventually you're going to resent your man for not doing spontaneous romantic things or whatever, but you don't say nothing. You're like, I'm normally the planner. I normally do all that type of stuff. But you're going to resent your man eventually.
You're going to resent your man because you didn't open your mouth? That's crazy.
I mean, but that's my point.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you can be a person who goes with the flow. I'm a person who just goes with the flow.
But do you believe going with the flow diminishes expectations, which then cause or leaves room for confusion?
Let me think about that. Do I believe going with the flow diminishes expectations? No, I don't think so, because you can still say what you would like, what you want in the present moment. But in any case, things can, and maybe that's just because I'm a Gemini, but like I said, my mind can change quickly. So one day I'm telling you that, hey, I really like to be a planner. And the next day I'm telling you like, hey, you know what, maybe I want you to plan something. And I have that right to do that. just like anybody does. So if it's so I can have the expectation of, oh, I'm a planner, and that's the only thing I want to do, right? Mm-hmm. But if it changes for me, then I'm gonna communicate that first.
So I agree. Mm-hmm. Communicate. But what is your expectation once you communicate? Are you expecting for them to automatically jump to it? Or since that you did switch up from what you initially said, mm-hmm. do you give grace for them? Like, oh, I don't really think I went to plan.
Grace.
You do?
Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 You should give grace to people, especially if you are switching up. You give grace and you allow them to either be able to do what you're asking, mm-hmm. or you can figure out whether or not it's that important to you. Yeah.
I feel that.
But I do feel like definitely grace should be involved, because you're switching up and you're putting them in a situation where they didn't originally walk into.
Okay.
I actually was asked the question because as much you keep calling me liberal, so I'm going to use that word. As liberal as I am, my attraction is to natural man, natural woman. So
what does that mean?
What's the correct terminology? A transgender? I'm not interested in transgender people.
Why not?
It's just I don't have, that's my preference. Okay. That's where I'm going. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, that's my preference.
Okay.
And so the other day I was asked, so say you're in a relationship with a woman and she just decides that she wants to be a man. And so she was like, will you stay in it? And so for me, when that question came, I will be able to talk through it. I'll be there to be able to support you. I'll be able to be there as long as you're giving me the grace to be able to figure out my own emotions. I will have to see where it goes. But if I know I can't deal with that we're going to have to separate, because that's not a situation I walked into. I walked into you being a woman, and that's what I wanted.
Ooh, not consensual, non-monogamous. Mm-hmm. What if your partner wants to bring in someone who's transgender?
That's not something I'm interested in. So you can go have fun with that. Yeah, you can go have fun. Not that, I didn't mean to say that. You can go have fun with the human being. Like, I don't know if people go get sensitive. I didn't mean that like that. Like, I didn't mean it like I wasn't trying to say it like that. I was just saying, like, you can go have fun. No, if that's your choice, do you, okay? Just make sure you're safe. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. If you're my primary partner. Yeah. And even if you're not my primary partner, like, no, safety is very important when you live this type of lifestyle. So.
And there's a lot of questions I want to ask. I guess it'll just be off camera.
Okay.
Or for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay. Flo. Anything you want to add?
Oh, I mean, well, I agree with most of the things that Tyrina said. I agree with a lot of what everybody said. I'm just kind of like...
She's neutral. She's Switzerland.
No, I'm not Switzerland. The original topic about balancing feminine energy and masculine energy,
yeah,
I agree with that fully, because I can be, and I agree, I think that people should just be allowed to rest in whatever they feel is most natural to them. And I'm not saying be trans. There's nothing wrong with trans, but that's not what I mean. I just mean, like, if I want to wear...
Stop it.
If I just want to be a logical... What's the adjectives? If I want to be giving, expensive, outward, confident, clarity, courage... If I have all of these that you guys can see on the masculine energy side, that does not make me less of a woman. And if I present less of the passiveness, that doesn't make me less of a woman. And in a relationship, if I find a man who is more of the passive side and the other adjectives, then, like she was saying, that works. There are plenty of relationships that you see that's like the dynamic clearly. So for me, it's kind of like, balance is cool.
Mm.
Love it. If you like it, I love it.
So I guess last question, what would y'all's answer be to the society that we live in of the shade room, spirit world, spiritual word, all these different platforms that tend to perpetuate the narrative that men and women are supposed to be in a certain role, and men and women tend to comment under these posts and continue to perpetuate the idea that he's sassy, similar to what we talked about in the other episode, but he's sassy for doing this, that, and the third, or she's masculine for doing this, that, and the third, right? What would you say is the answer to a society who is similar, pretty much sheep, right? Where whatever the majority is saying, they're going to run with. Do y'all believe that there is a answer to a lot of these people who I would feel is lost, or it's just
look, people gonna keep having their opinions. Like, that's just it. So if the shade room is showing X, Y, and Z and people are commenting and agreeing or not agreeing or whatever, that's, at the end of the day, that's your personal opinion. And that's what people got to remember. That is your opinion.
Thank you. Okay?
And so if you are having an opinion, that doesn't mean that's the next person's opinion. And so for you to make that person feel smaller about themselves, it's crazy. Okay.
I get that.
So no, I mean, like, that's just what it really is. Like,
okay. I know I said that last one was the last one. There are a lot of men who traditionally say, and I've seen both sides, but there's a lot of men who say, I would never put on nail polish with my daughter. I would never put on lipstick or makeup with my daughter. While there's other men who be like, I would. That's my daughter. Do you feel like that there should be a standard for men when it comes to raising kids and women on what a man or woman should or shouldn't do?
No, because that's your kid. I don't like those people who are saying that. I just feel like it was never that deep or serious. People understand, if you are not a person who likes wearing nail polish as a man, but you are with your daughter, like, why are you making the daughter feel bad? She's trying to bond with you and make a connection. So it's not about, if you're not mature enough to see past the fact that, oh, she's just trying to bond with me and she's into this nail polish thing right now. She's into the makeup. Yeah. Let me just entertain my child for this moment.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to work with it. Yeah. You don't have to walk up. Like, just chill. Yeah. But if you're too immature for that, that's something that you got to look inside yourself. Yeah. Because it was never that serious.
In the same, like, it still goes based off, like, if there is a dad who was like, oh, my daughter's coming to me and she wants to put nail polish on me, it's okay also, as it is okay to be like, okay, yeah, daughter, you can put the nail polish. It is also okay to be like, nah, I'm not really into that, and explain it to her. Don't make her feel bad or anything like that. You can explain it to her why you're not into that. It can be a conversation so she knows, like, oh, and then with kids and with anybody, because, let me rewind. Give them another option. Yeah. You know what? Actually, Daddy doesn't want his nails to be painted, but we can go do X, or we can go do Y. We can go, let's figure out something so that way we can still have that bonding time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, it always just goes back to the individual person. Yes.
I would say that to even wrap up the thing is that, as easy as it sounds to say the individual person, there are a lot of men and women I can only relate to as a man who tend to fight these feminine and masculine traits or roles because of, one, your parents, maybe what your mom or dad is telling you what you should or shouldn't do, your family, your friends, and then just the society.
Right.
Simply, society will look at a man as disrespectful or non-chivalrous if his woman is walking on the outside of the sidewalk instead of the inside. And so maybe they just don't care about it. But society, everyone around him is judging him for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And
I'm judging. But I'm judging and I'm okay to judge, just like you're okay to walk on the outside
But
as
you
a
don't
woman.
think judging is a part of the problem?
No, people can. That's what I'm trying to say.
allowed
People
to
can judge.
It's just
Yes.
how you choose to like.
How do you want to respond to it?
Or like,
Yeah.
So you can judge, but it's based upon how they respond to it.
No, what
No,
I'm
how she
saying is
chooses
you
to
can
respond.
judge. People can judge all day. Like, again, it is your opinion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But to make a person feel bad or to be so opinionated that you're having a full-on argument about it
Right.
that's not it. So yes, if I see a woman outside on the street, walking on the outside, I'm for sure judging. Am I gonna walk to that man and be like, you're less of a man? Because I don't know what y'all relationship is about. But for me personally, if I'm with the man, you better be making me sure you better make sure I'm walking on the inside.
That was
Like, what?
passion. You better.
Yeah, no, I accidentally. It's funny because I'm so used to walking on the inside.
Yeah.
I was walking with this
This shawty.
yes, and I actually caught myself. It was one of the first times we were meeting, and I was walking on the outside, and I quickly walked in front of her and got on the inside. And as soon as I was like, I don't even know I did that. That's what I had to tell her.
Hold on. So was she femme?
She was masculine, more masculine presenting. Yeah.
She was more masculine
Yes,
presenting.
more masculine presenting.
And so it's because she was more masculine presenting, you was expecting for her naturally.
Naturally, I guess that happened naturally. Like, I didn't even think about it until after I did it, and I was like, oh, I
That's
don't even know
crazy.
I did that. Because yes, I want to be walking on the inside.
So you see yourself as the feminine one in a relationship.
I don't see myself as the feminine or masculine one in the relationship.
It just depends.
It just really depends. Like,
But naturally, your instinct, I'm gonna go right on the inside.
yes, but it also depends on the woman. I guess it depends on the woman, because there are some situations where I'm opening the door for the woman. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also some instances where the woman is opening the door for me.
Gee, look at that. You can open the door for me, so.
So no.
Are you a woman?
Like,
Listen,
what?
Stop it. I thought we were I thought we said it was works for the
Okay,
relationship.
look,
Relationship
does that
don't
work
work
for
with
you?
me opening the
Okay.
door. That's what it don't work
Did
with.
y'all hear what I heard? I thought I heard it don't matter. I thought I heard it was
Oh,
works,
shit,
okay?
that's
And
funny.
listen, I'm communicating.
So you're
I'm
communicating
communicating.
what exactly?
I want my door to be open.
I
by
would like
you.
my door to be open sometimes. Shoot, I'm a king. You a
know
queen.
What? You know what though? Because there have been instances where a man has let me into his car, and I reach over and I open the door, but I'm already in the car. I just reach over, open the door, and push it. It doesn't happen often, but there have been instances where I've done that. So
So when you going out on dates with a man, are you?
paying?
Yeah.
No.
Woo!
No. The only time I will pay for it. Let me rewind.
Never.
No. Let me rewind when I say that, because I will pay in men's situations too. Look, for the most part, the only time when I will pay for a meal and it's 100% I'm paying for the meal is if I'm with a woman. That's the only time. But there are cases where I have been
Even a masculine, a
masculine presenting woman.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I went on the date the other day. I paid for it. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, but with a
So you're
man,
prejudiced.
what?
You're prejudiced.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, I'm not gonna claim that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna claim that.
Uh-huh.
But with the man, like, it depends on where we are.
Okay.
It 100% depends on where we are. Like, when I was in a relationship for 3 years, of course there were situations where I paid for it
Blue
because
moons.
I personally didn't feel like cooking. So because I don't feel like cooking, I'm gonna make you pay. Nah, I'm gonna swipe the card because
Okay.
I don't feel like cooking.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
And not to say that I was expected. Well, in that relationship, no, it wasn't even really expectations. We was in college, so it wasn't really expectations. But in some cases, when we lived together, like, yeah, I felt the need because I wanted to. That I want to cook. I do
Right.
want to cook.
Right.
But yeah, if I didn't feel like cooking, I would swipe that card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. Well, I would say that one of the reasons why I brought up the topic is, like I said, is that when you look on social media, there are so many opinions. There's so many people who believe that this is what a man should do or what a woman should do. And I just don't get down with that fully. I think the overall answer is that it depends on what works for your relationship. But I think people have to be open to seeing what actually works for your relationship and not just be like automatically, oh, well, this is what I need coming into a relationship. I think you have to get to know someone, and you may find that your values may change over time.
Yeah.
And so, but if you're not open to it, there are two grown men and women who are like, well, I need a woman who cook, but you lonely, 50 something. I need a man who gonna pay my bills, but yet you going on 60, shawty. You know, so
Right.
I think we need to be more open to having a conversation of what works best for the relationship. Yeah. Y'all agree?
For sure.
Any last thoughts? That's it? All right. Okay. Moving on to the funny bone. Listen, normally our producer Byron, I don't know why I'm saying normally. Going forward, he's going to be coming up with these little funny bones. But right now, we're going to do this little reaction, this little, YouTube compilation of some instant regrets. Okay. Hopefully y'all laugh.
Hopefully.
I feel like I'm on what is that one? Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Ridiculousness. That was such a slow fall.
Was that straw?
This was the first and last time she helps me.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that. I would be so pissed.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
I pray this don't happen this weekend.
Okay, so TikTok taught me that if you take off the bottom piece of the blender, you don't have to wash all this. You can just pop it on here. So something like this, watch. Okay, it's all ready. It's on the top. So let's see if it works.
It's gonna go everywhere.
Okay.
I feel like the glass.
Oh!
That was so
The dog was out of there.
Not the commercial.
What is this? Are they going in her? That's crazy.
Is he on ice?
I feel like that water was boiling. I wonder if that was like a geyser or something. Why would she do that, dumbass? Why would she do that? That would piss me off.
Hey, no pressure! No pressure!
Damn, Papa, you a rare breed. No comparing. And this motherfucking scary. Tryna keep him cause I found him.
You got a cat, don't you?
I have too.
Sure. شكل هذا كذا؟ هذا اللي كلمتك له.
At what point in time are you like, my God? You wearing it like a scarf.
Did you try for this? It's not like why he took so long to process.
Right. She even. That's
Instant karma. Instant karma. Yeah. He's wrong for that.
Right? I'm like,
Oh, God. Hope his phone was in his pocket. That happens. Yo, do you know how pissed?
Oh, man.
You gotta go. See, that's why nobody beats. Nobody beats.
Let him cook! Let him cook now!
Oh my goodness! They're going ham! I said my goodness! Oh my damn! Oh my goodness! They're going ham!
On WWE.
Oh, girl.
No fucking way.
Was that
No
I
fucking way.
think so.
no fucking way.
No. Okay, I'm terrified if I.
Perro, mirá que es esa araña, culiado.
Is that a cat?
Es del tamaño de mi brazo, boludo.
It's a spider?
Ojalá se
No,
cae
what is that
muriendo,
white
hermano.
thing in
No, man.
Oh, God. Oh!
Sí,
getting
culiado, me la
bigger.
llegué a tirar y te puedo llegar a pegar tantas piñas en la cara, culiado.
Scared of spiders.
Hey, why you put my business out there?
Oh, no. No, she didn't. Oh, no, she didn't. I'm gonna beat this ass. God, mother, you gotta be kidding me. Are you shitting me, Bobby? You damn flooded the whole goddamn neighborhood. Let's goddamn hose speak it on.
That's so funny.
Son?
You had me at the first half.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's why I couldn't get a cat.
That's not normal.
That's not normal?
No, that's not normal.
You punched me.
Yeah, I would punch you. What is you playing for?
Dang.
That's a nice soothing ringtone. Or, yeah, ring.
Whoa. There's
The
a
dog is up on this.
Somebody come get that dog.
He about to jump.
No, please don't, because I feel like he's gonna hurt himself.
How did he get up there?
Probably climb out the window.
What? What was funny about that?
Right.
Yeah, so close.
Such a gymnast, huh?
What was she?
It's
No. Yeah, you didn't have it.
Alright, it's not that.
why is he struggling so much?
Alright. That's funny.
Alright, one more video.
He's still going. Wow.
I'm
I
saying,
thought the
like,
was about to end the video.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That's ridiculous. That's
At this point, bro.
That's
I'm
embarrassing.
really annoyed with these people.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
her. She's so funny.
I'm sick of them. So let's have a little fun. Hello,
Hello, can I speak to Jeanette Reyes?
this is she.
Hello, Jeanette. My name is Jason O'Neill. I'm calling in regards to an outstanding warrant we have for your arrest due to an outstanding balance of your account of $2,792.33.
I didn't know about that. Can I just pay for it now?
Yes, we can clear up this matter if you're able to make a payment right now with a debit or credit card of at least $2,500.
Sure. Yeah, I have a card ready now.
Okay, the card has your name on it?
Yes.
All right, and go ahead with the number, please.
It's 3, 2, 1. Good evening. We are live on television right now with an investigation into scam callers. We have the FBI on the line. They are tracking this phone number as we speak. Sir, what is your full name again?
Hey, if it works.
She's an actual like newscaster. It's so
Really?
funny. Yeah, her and her husband.
That's
hilarious.
crazy. That was kind of funny. What would y'all rate that? 1 to 10. What would y'all rate those funny clips?
You asking us?
Yes.
Oh. I'll give it about a 8.
8?
Yeah, there was some funny ones.
Okay.
But then the ones that were kind of like, that kind of, the average went
I
down.
rated it a 6.
6? And that's what I was thinking.
There was an extra point because I was just laughing at your reaction.
Oh, dang! I thought I was going too low.
I was just laughing at what you were saying.
Oh man! All right, so we got a few trending topics today.
Oh, jeez.
Where should we start? All right.
The Lil Nas X one. I'm so interested.
You wanna go right to Lil Nas?
Yeah, because
All
I don't.
right.
Or I mean,
All
is
right.
that one juicy or something? I don't know anything. This is gonna be my first time.
Okay. Flo, you want to set it up or you want me to set it up?
You could set it.
All right. So basically, if I can find the mouse. Oh, there we go. All right. So basically, Lil Nas has been a known troll since when did he drop that song?
What song?
Take my urge to
Yeah, I think that was 2018.
That was 18?
Maybe
I think it was.
Who's Lil Nas X again? No, I'm just kidding.
I am dead.
I'm just kidding.
When did Old Town Road drop? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2018?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I was in high school. So he dropped that song, and ever since then, he has been the known troll. Lately, he has been on what he has claimed to be his Christian era. And as a Christian, I'm like, hey, I'm embracing it. I'm open for it. The issue is that he's still trolling, seemingly. So he first dropped this video. Let me show y'all. He first dropped this video, which was questionable.
Father scratching my hands. The lonely road seems to last the longest. Help me with my plan.
He dropped this like a month ago.
Everything seems to go to nowhere. Free me from worry and want and pity. Free me from all this envy in me.
Beautiful Christian song.
I don't want these feelings. I don't want these feelings. I call on angels. I'm trying hard to face my pain, yeah.
And then he has a skirt.
When I feel.
Skirt's not really.
Give me hope when I feel.
Honestly, the song wasn't what, like, if that's what he's on, then that's what he's on.
Angels, I'm trying hard to keep my faith, yeah.
He got his I guess his Jesus hair. So that's what he had dropped at first, right? Everyone was like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can see the comment. I think one of the first, this feels like mockery.
Yeah.
So people are feeling that.
Now, it then was followed up. I should have had it up, but it was followed up with a tweet that he said, "I can still suck penis, or I can still get on my knees to suck penis and praise God." I don't want to judge this yet, but then he's just been doing more and more that I'm like, I don't know. And so then he did this video. Let me see if I can get my mouse to work. Wait, okay, there we go. So then he did this video, I think a few days ago. Yeah. And tomorrow, or today now, he's gonna be dropping a song. I guess
thought it was
a
an
Christian
album.
song. It's an album.
I thought.
Hold on. Let's see. Is it? That's an album. I can't see it. Maybe not. I don't know. It's called Lil Nas X J Christ. So, yeah. I guess I'll go first. As a Christian, many people were saying that, if he was talking about Muslim or any other these other religions, they would have his head on a spike or whatever. And some people were leaning into the fact that Christians are lenient when it comes to mockery or whatever. But I'm like, not necessarily. A lot of these other religions tend to pride themselves, or their foundation is rules. Their foundation is if you do this, then this will happen. Whereas Christianity is about grace. Once you accept Jesus Christ, there's a grace that's upon your life. So Christians are typically, quote unquote, more lenient because that's just the premise of our foundation. I'm not explaining that the best, but if you get what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. I do definitely think he's trolling. I I guess we'll look forward to tomorrow to see what it is. I definitely know that he's a good troll. He knows how to get the internet talking. And so is that Christian-like or Christian era-like, as he said? I don't think so. Even when Kanye went on his Christian era, it felt genuine. It felt like Kanye was really in his Jesus bag with the album Jesus is King. And I think he did one more album. And it felt like he was actually, he was like no cursing on the album. He was gospel songs. He got some gospel artists and everything. He was going to different churches, doing pop-up services. He seemed like in that time of his life, he was actually trying to be a Christian. Lil Nas, on the other hand, it just feels like another gimmick, another troll. That's my take. What do y'all think? Flo, you wanna go first?
So my opinion leans more on I think that he's being a troll. Because I guess if you're just thinking like outside of the fact that I'm a Christian, I don't think it, like if you're trying to go for the Christian audience, I don't think you would do it this way, because I feel like more people become offended than just like accepting it. Not with the first video. The first video was just like, okay, I mean,
Skirt was
would
suspect.
I add that to my, playlist? Probably not. It's not really my style, but I could see if that was just what he put out, like as a, a snippet, and if people liked it. But then you go and tweet something like, I could still be on my knees doing whatever. Yeah. And then you're taking, I don't know what the purpose of the communion thing was, like I don't get it, but your album cover is you on the cross, and it just doesn't seem like, it just seems like you're just making fun of a religion, which for me, I can't really respect that. Even if you were mocking a religion that I wasn't part of, it's like you're disrespecting other people's culture and religion. So for me, it's kind of like,
Look, I'm not a Christian. I don't claim to be a Christian, but that shit makes me sick. Like, seeing that, I don't know what his real purpose is, but I can definitely see how people can feel like he's trolling. He's been a troll since he became famous, so why would this be any different? But yeah, that shit makes me sick. Like, I can't get down with it. I've never been a Lil Nas X fan.
You never was on the Old Town Road?
No. I thought that shit was played out. People would play it all the time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's like I can see, like, in a mood, I can be like, oh, like if they play it randomly at a club, like, oh crap, like what? All right, play a couple seconds, next song. But yeah, no, that makes me sick. I can't even lie.
So, on not our next episode, but the episode after, we will, I guess, be reviewing the album or the single, whatever it is. I don't know. On to our next topic. So, Katt Williams is apparently going on tour with his arch nemesis, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's ex-wife. So, if y'all don't know, Katt Williams has been beefing with Kevin Hart for a few years now. Shoot, probably 4 or 5 years now. Because Katt Williams have been trying to expose certain things about Kevin Hart and his lack of integrity or gatekeeping or a lot of different things. It all came to a boiling point within the last, few weeks, where he went on the Shay Shay Club, Shannon Sharp's podcast, and basically did a tell-all, 2 hours and 30-something minutes or whatever of just spilling the tea.
I thought it was 3 hours.
3 hours? Shoot. What it felt like 3 hours.
Too long.
Yeah. And so now he is going on tour. He has sold out probably about 3 arenas thus far on his tour. And he's going on tour with Kevin Hart's ex-wife. So the question here is Katt Williams wrong or is the ex-wife wrong, or is nobody wrong?
I would say nobody's wrong.
Yeah. What? You're a human being.
It's his ex-wife. It's not his actual wife. Also, I mean, it doesn't seem like she was like in good graces, or like, you know, they had a good relationship. So if it was like,
she kept his last name.
Okay, that could be easily explained as a lot of stuff. Convenience, you know, all of that.
Yeah, because I just found out my I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My coworker just got married, and she explained to me like every single thing you have to do to change your last name.
Really?
And it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. And then you have to get a whole new social security card too. So yeah, I know a lot of situations where women have divorced a guy and kept the last name.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's not even because I have respect for you. It's just like it's a lot.
But
yeah.
I mean, but we can say it's not just any name. It's like it's Hart.
Right.
You know.
So what point are you trying to make?
I mean, it has value. It has weight. You know, like oh, you Kevin Hart's ex-wife compared to.
Sure, but my whole point is that if they did not have a good relationship before she went on Katt Williams' tour, then it don't matter, because she was already beefing with him.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, okay, I just became friends with somebody else who's beefing with you. So.
Yeah. I feel like it's just a publicity. Thank you.
That
You
word.
said the word. Yeah, that's done.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. But do you feel like there are codes? Like, you don't involve wives or ex-wives or ex-girlfriends?
Ex-wife. Like, she chose to do that. Like, let's not pretend that.
She's a grown-ass woman.
Right, like, she's choosing to go on tour with him. So if she cared, she wouldn't.
I feel
but
that.
It seems like she doesn't care.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Okay.
If that's what you want, I don't think Kevin Hart really cares.
Yeah, and look, that's gonna make him money, because what? Now people are talking about me using my name. Like, I think I would assume that
any press is good press.
And, yeah, and even if he's not making money, like you said, any press is good press. So now we're talking about Kevin Hart's, and now Netflix is probably gonna show Kevin Hart probably on there.
He has a movie coming out.
And look, the movie's coming out tomorrow, actually. And then and then they're gonna talk, or I guess today when people see this episode. You think you think that is on accident? Like, no, that's probably a stunt for Kevin Hart.
So do you think, Miss Conspiracy Theorist,
Yeah.
come on, travel with me.
Yeah,
do you
what's
think
up?
that all of this was a publicity stunt just to promote his movie, but through Katt Williams, because Kevin Hart's name is going to be brought up in it, so therefore it brings more attention to the movie itself?
Big hell yeah. Like, what? Like I said, I don't put nothing past the government. I don't put nothing past Hollywood. Nothing. They probably talked about this shit 2 years ago. Oh, we gonna come out with 2 years is an exaggeration, but Kevin Hart's about to come up with the new movie. Okay, let's bring back the old beef that Katt Williams and Kevin Hart has. Oh, let's bring Katt Williams, because they're people, agents and stuff, all like talk to each other. Like, oh, let's put Katt Williams in the Shay Shay Club and have him talk for 2 hours and bring up Kevin Hart's name. Oh, also, why not bring his wife involved? Oh, nobody heard of her in a minute. Let's bring it. But guess what, guys? I have a movie coming out on Friday. Like, what? Yeah.
And he did say that in his response to Katt Williams. He was like, yeah, maybe you should just, go get therapy. But my movie is out. That's literally what he said.
So I'm just saying, like, yeah, I don't. That probably all was a conspiracy.
Who do you think is funnier?
Between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams?
Yes. You gotta think about it.
The only reason, because the correct answer would be Katt Williams, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not familiar enough with Katt Williams like that, for real. So I really don't have an opinion.
And she calls us young.
I'm gonna say that for me, I know that Katt Williams is an extremely funny man.
Yeah.
I I know people were already dragging me for my other opinion from the little clip or whatever. All I'm going to say is that when I watch the Kevin Hart special, I'm laughing the whole time. And I just think that people's, I just can relate more to Kevin Hart's extreme stories than Katt Williams. Katt Williams, when we were watching the special yesterday, was more like stuff that we were already thinking, but in a funny way. It was funny. I'm not saying Katt Williams is not funny. He's a really, really funny man. And I think that a lot of people, get the stuff from him. Not taking away from that. But my opinion is that
Kevin Hart's better.
No, that's not what I said. I said I laugh more with Kevin Hart.
So Kevin Hart's better. So
so you want to put that up and say Kevin Hart's better. Make sure you're saying that.
If you had $100 to spend to either go to a Kevin Hart show or a Katt Williams show, who you going to?
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I can relate. I'm
sorry.
Going to
Kevin Hart.
I would not choose. I would not choose any of the people that are considered the kings of comedy because it's not my time. People need to allow for people who are in the time periods to like the people that are in their time period.
I feel that. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely do believe that Kevin Hart is hilarious. Yes, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have to compare them. It's definitely unfortunate. I just think that if we want to actually. It's kind of like Michael Jordan versus LeBron. Michael Jordan will always top LeBron no matter.
For people who are basketball fans. If you take a little kid on the street who watches basketball and they're not the researching type, they're going to be like LeBron James every time.
So that's what you're saying, where you're at.
I'm just saying that it matters the generation of who you're talking to.
Okay.
Like, we can all give respect to all the older singers. But if somebody is saying who their preference is, they're going to name somebody that they can relate to now.
So you're saying Aretha or Beyonce is better than Aretha. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not what I said. Please stop putting words in my mouth.
I'm just saying.
Like, do you see setting me up for failure? No, I did not say Aretha is better than Beyonce. That's not what I said. I did not say that.
All right.
I'm saying that it matters the generation, and if people can't see that, then I guess you want to stay stuck.
Okay.
It's all about preference.
All right.
And that goes back to our topic of the day.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Next and last trending topic. Jonathan Majors has been on one. We ain't got to get into the backstory because it's a lot. But basically, he was with this white young lady. I forgot her name. Grace something, I believe. And they got into this altercation, which then led to a lawsuit. Or a trial criminal charges that was basically trying to accuse him of abusing her. He got off on 2 of the charges that was about intentional, but he still got charged with 2 charges that was unintentional, for lack of words, unintentional harm to her, because she came away with a bruised finger and a cut behind her ear. So he has lost his Marvel deals and all the other deals that he's had.
I just said that's crazy too because he played his role real good.
He did. Some people say too good. Some people say he was too good.
Oh, and Creed? You saw it?
Nah. We're talking Marvel. He played like what did he play?
Kang.
Like yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Kang. I guess you didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's okay. Look at it like that after.
So the point of the topic of the day, or the trending topic, is he told his former white ex-wife, girlfriend, sorry, that I need you to be my Coretta. I'm out here doing good for the people. I need you to be like Coretta and hold me down. I need you to be my Michelle.
No, he still said Coretta. Not Michelle.
No, he did. He said
both.
Michelle? Yeah, he said both. I need you to be like Michelle and hold me down. He said both of them. It's just that Coretta was the one that started trending because he said it again in his interview with Good Morning America, I think. And he was like, they were like, well, how's your relationship with Megan Good? He was like, oh, she's good. She's good.
Okay.
She was like, oh, she's good. She's my Coretta. Yeah. So do you feel like Bernice King responded, I guess, on Twitter, like in some sassy way, for lack of words, basically like, don't bring my mom into this, okay? She was a freedom fighter and and all this type of stuff before she was ever with, you know.
I think people are more so saying that, okay, because I was talking to my coworker about it, and he was saying that he feels like whatchamacallit was saying Coretta because how it's appearing to us in history is that she was more of the supporting role and more of the laid back.
Yeah.
And also, he said that when her husband cheated, she didn't make
she
a
stayed.
scene. And so I was like, well, that's kind of like a form of gaslighting if he was using it in that way, because he did say in that interview that he did cheat. So I'm like, how you gonna tell somebody to be a Coretta when you did that person wrong and you're saying don't react and we're supposed to be a team and da-da-da-da, but you cheated on me?
Well, that's an assumption.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just an assumption, but it's just another way to look at the whole Coretta thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about him telling the white woman that, like, what you're talking about with what's Martin Luther King's daughter's name? You said Bernice. Yeah.
You in Atlanta, girl. You gotta know this stuff.
Anyway, I saw that on the Shade Room, and I saw her tweet in response to what
he said.
And who was he again?
I'm
telling you, I don't know these people.
Jonathan Majors.
Yes, Jonathan Majors. Okay, yeah. And what I saw is him saying that to Megan Good. Yeah. I didn't even know that he said it to the other girl, to the white lady. But I feel Miss Bernice. Like, what? No, don't. You didn't even have to bring my mom into this. Like, yeah. So I feel her on making her tweet. But I also can understand where Jonathan Majors is coming from in terms of Megan Good, and he was just basically saying like she held him down. And so if we're taking that scenario of what Flo said about how Coretta held Martin Luther King down and whatnot, like even take away the cheating or whatever, but she still stood by her man through the stuff that he did. Yeah. So if you're comparing it in that way, then I can understand that comparison, but like, I don't know. I think it just goes back to like knowing the world that you live in and, you know, trying to be politically correct and stuff. So, I mean, that's something that he could have kept in mind. I feel both sides. I feel him I do not feel him comparing that white woman to it at all. No.
A white woman can't be compared to Coretta?
No.
It's just like the cultural
Miss
reference
Michelle?
is not gonna,
No.
like the person's not gonna get it. Okay.
And it's not even that
They
whether they
could,
get it or
they
not.
could.
No.
But it's just like, why?
But why no?
I just feel like that's just disrespectful to Coretta. Like, what? No.
I thought Martin Luther King fought for whites and brown children and men and women to sit together and not have to compare.
But he did compare.
Look, I told you I have my opinions on that. So,
listen, there were some white kids who was dressing up as Black Panther. Oh, y'all silent. All right. So listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But bottom line is, I don't agree with him saying that. I didn't even know he said that to that white lady, but I don't agree.
Yeah. So apparently it was like she was recording him saying it, so he wasn't trying to say this publicly. I think a lot of people felt like it was corny or cringy for him to bring it up in the relationship. I know he was trying to spin it. It just didn't work. It didn't land. Now, I do feel like Miss Bernice did a little bit too much.
You think so?
Because in the climate that we live in, she probably felt like she didn't have a choice. But I don't think he meant it like, oh, she was a stay-at-home wife and she didn't do anything and she didn't have a career of her own.
Tweet is
but that's how she was responding.
Him. It's curated toward the blogs who are like doing too much with her name. If everybody
No,
understands the context.
she was going at him.
She said Jonathan Majors.
She didn't say Jonathan Majors. She was like, let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, she was like, you don't have to use my mom as a prop or something like that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can type a little fast on this thing. Jonathan Majors. Bernice. How you spell Bernice? There we go. Oh, really? No one quoted it? Is it? All right. Hold up. Is that it?
I think so. But it's a whole article.
Well, I just need a little tweet that she said.
That was a tweet. It's an article.
This is it?
Yeah, that is a tweet.
Okay.
Yeah, my mother wasn't a prop. That's what she said. My mother wasn't a prop.
Let me see. Y'all can see this. There it go. All right.
But that goes to even what I'm saying.
So it says she was a peace advocate before she
met my father.
Y'all gonna have to read it.
And was instrumental in him speaking out against the Vietnam War. Please understand, my mama was a force. Here's what I wrote about her a few years ago.
So it could be like she probably could have made that tweet towards, I don't know if in light is the correct terminology or whatever, but because of what that Jonathan Majors is trending or whatever, she probably just put the tweet out like, hey, while y'all are talking about this or whatever, look, my mom wasn't a prop. This is what it is. So it probably wasn't necessarily directed towards him per se, but because he's trending and because people are talking about it again, it's just kind of like, look, y'all.
Yeah, I
that's kind of what I am seeing.
That's the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. It is, and it is my opinion. So you know,
it could have been that, or she could have been being salty and be like, "Listen, you ain't gonna make my mom seem like she wasn't a feminist," and et cetera, et cetera. So we don't know. I don't know. I definitely do feel like trying to compare the white woman to Coretta Scott. I mean, are there some powerful white women, in history?
Right, but he wouldn't
Hillary
that's
Clinton?
Not gonna come out his mouth.
Hillary Clinton. You don't know who Hillary Clinton is?
I know who that is. I'm saying, why would you even use her? What?
She stood by
allegedly
Kennedy.
Children. What? That's what they said in the conspiracy theory.
What's the conspiracy theory?
She allegedly be eating children in the basement.
Okay, you on the far
that's
dark
the conspiracy.
web.
Her and Oprah.
Y'all on the dark web right
and
now.
DeGeneres, what's her name?
Ellen.
Yeah.
They on the dark web.
Nope,
Listen,
that's not no.
It's not even dark web. What? You can look it up on Google.
Jesus. Eating children.
You can look at the wiki files. What? The wiki files that are here and available for anybody to read. Yeah.
Right. What I'm talking about is that she's still by her man. What's his name? What is his name? Bill Clinton.
There you go.
She's still by her man.
What did he do? He cheated on her?
Technically. Or in her words, or in his words, I didn't have relations with that woman.
So what are you saying the common trend is supposed to be?
That's another conspiracy. But there's this girl who was either in high school or college. They came on a trip or a visit to the White House back when he was a president. And allegedly, he had her to do the deed on him in the Oval Office up under the desk.
Sounds like scandal.
What's her name? Starts with an M.
Marilyn Monroe?
No. Gosh, why am I pulling
So then what are you guys trying to say? Like holding a man down is letting him cheat and then staying? Because
no.
Well, I know.
Bill Clinton's scandal.
Yeah, no, I
thought it was a secretary.
Don't think that.
No. Bill.
That's why I said outside of cheating. I was like, holding him down. Like, you don't even got to bring up the cheating part, but the good he did for the community. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Oh no. How do you say that name?
Juanita.
Was it that? No, Monica Lewinsky. She was supposedly the woman or the girl or whatever at the time, and so he backed it up. He was like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That was his claim.
Okay, but the whole point is Jonathan Majors is not
could have used Hillary Clinton or any other white.
When it sounded like
woman.
He was heated in the argument, so he's just gonna come up with women.
And that's why you gotta be with a woman who understand what you're saying. She probably confused, like, huh? Who? Oh, she had to do Google research.
No, I think she knows who Coretta Scott King is.
Okay. So y'all opinion
that's why
is
you stay with your own kinfolk.
That's what I say. That's what I say.
Just saying.
Man, listen, I don't have the patience. And this is nothing against interracial relationships. Me
Right.
personally, Darrell Lewis Shabach Gitron does not have the patience to be with someone who does not understand my culture. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. We had a comedy thing. I'm like, and you just like, what? I can't. All right. All right. Well, those are some interesting trending topics. Hot take. Who's in the hot seat today?
Not I. Not I.
Something that's hot take. Something that will stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, I guess I got one. I made a video about it from this video that'll be posted 2 days ago. Lukewarm. Oftentimes Christians are told that you are lukewarm if you still sin. I did some research on it, and technically that's not the real definition. So the whole thing where lukewarm comes from is that Jesus, through a what's his name, a prophet in the Bible, was speaking to these churches in Revelations, and Jesus was speaking to the specific church that was rich, flourishing, prosperous, and all these great things, but they were simply going through the acts of religious stuff. They didn't have the spirit of it. So they believed that because they were rich, because they were good, that they didn't need Jesus. So therefore, Jesus was addressing them, comparing the example of rivers that were flowing into their kingdom. There was a warm river and there was a cold river. And there was a point where the rivers met. And if you taste the water at that point, it's disgusting. It's like, lukewarm. You want to spit it out. And so he was making the comparison to them that Jesus cannot use them because they are neither hot, on fire for Christ, neither cold, where they are not doing anything for Christ. So he cannot use them. And the point was their heart posture, not that they were sinning, because he addresses other churches. And that's really the whole premise of Christianity, is that you are a sinner, so you need Jesus in order to get into heaven, in order to have a good life. And so a lot of Christians throw lukewarm as an insult to Christians who are doing things that they don't agree with. Oh, you drinking? Oh, you a lukewarm Christian. You listen to Beyonce? You a lukewarm Christian. Instead, the premise would more specifically be, you believe that going to church on Sunday is all you need to do to get close with God. That would be considered a lukewarm Christian. You think that now since you're saved, you don't have to do anything else. That would be considered a lukewarm Christian. It's not about the sins. It's about your heart. And so I would say that is my hot take. A lot of Christians definitely disagree on me with that. But I believe that a lot of Christians have these misconceptions of the Bible and scriptures because they just don't study. They hear things passed down from their pastors, their leaders, their people. And pastors, I wouldn't go as far as to say manipulate. Some do. But pastors tend to form scriptures based upon the topics that they want to talk about. So oftentimes scriptures get misconstrued into being something that it's not. So lukewarm does not address the Christians who are still struggling. Lukewarm is about the Christians who are still intentionally doing wrong and neglecting their relationship with Jesus while having the title of Christian. So that's my hot take.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was a Christian, I would be like, wow, that is something I can take. Like, yes, I'm not a Christian, but I can agree with that. Like, if you go based, I'm not even gonna say that, but from my understanding, that Christianity is supposed to be about having grace and allowing for like the repentance and stuff like that. So I can definitely see how you came to that conclusion based off the research you've done, that you know, what did he say in the Bible? One without sin cast the first stone or whatever. So it's like nobody's perfect. You're gonna fall short based off what you believe. You know. So yeah,
and that's why I try not to even get, like we talked about in the other episode, when there's so many different denominations, it's tragic. Because I had one of my Christian brothers who was like, you know, I just want to tell you, you know, like, you want to get yourself together because you could lose your salvation. And I was like, I don't personally believe that. I don't personally believe that if you sin, you can lose your salvation. I believe that once you accept Christ, you always have salvation. I believe that if you want a close relationship with God, that you should try to knock down some of your sin. And just that alone oftentimes divide these Christians, and you know. But anyway, I just wanted to, my hot take was that, because instead of Christians using it as a way to help other Christians, they use it as an insult, you know. And like, oh, you're a lukewarm Christian, and of course whoever's on the receiving end is going to be defensive. It doesn't help nobody.
Thy neighbor, right?
Exactly.
So why are you going to judge them? Why not help them or see like, hey, you know, I don't know what situation, but you know.
But I believe you have a word for us.
Yeah, it kind of ties in to what we've been talking about, like throughout this whole entire episode. But disclaimer before I say this, I recognize that everything is easier said than done. But if you are consciously making the effort and practicing it, it could become a lifestyle. So therefore it could be simple. So what I was going to say, something to think about, is that life is actually very simple. Humans make it difficult by being overly opinionated and by taking in the overly opinions. That's the correct English.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Basically, if you ain't rocking with something, keep it pushing. And just think about that.
Something, keep it pushing.
Yes, if you're not rocking with something, keep it pushing.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Do you?
Yes.
Because, girl, you was one to go off in them comments. So, yeah, I'm about to tell them.
No, but the important part is that I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't do anything in the comments because I had to remind myself that people are allowed to have their opinions just as I am allowed to have an opinion. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. I may not like it or whatever, and that's for me to regulate. So that's me not responding. That's how I'm choosing to regulate it. I'm not liking it, but I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. So I could do I could feel how I feel and still be like, I really do believe that, because me and Tyrina were saying, like, the other day, I just don't understand why people take the time out of their day to put the negative opinions. If you don't like it, scroll past it. If you don't want to see me, scroll past. Like, if you don't like anything, if you say in your head, these people really don't need a podcast, these people, scroll past it. Why are you so hell-bent on posting? You guys don't deserve to have a platform. Are you the judge?
Yeah.
Y'all don't tell me nothing. I love the comments, honestly.
Me
I
too.
was in the mirror this morning. I'm telling y'all all my business. But I was in the mirror this morning and I was just like thinking about like how, like kind of just thinking about what I was going to say tonight and all the other ideas and stuff like that. And one of the thoughts that came into my head was like, just as easy as it is for you to make a comment is just as easy as it is for me to delete it. Like, you know, so it's just like, if I don't like it and I don't want to see it, I can delete it.
So so I was talking to someone some time ago, and they were like, they take their time to block any and everybody who has a negative comment on their page, or if they post, like if they comment on someone else's page, and you know how people comment to your comment, if the replies are negative, they will go out their way to block them. I'm like, that's a lot.
That's a lot of energy.
That is a lot. I'd
That's
rather
a lot
just
of
delete
energy.
the comment.
And even if I don't delete the comment, it's also my choice to keep it moving if I don't like what you say. So, yeah.
Well,
but like I said, like it is easier said than done for sure. Like I know how society is, and I know how we can be emotional towards different things that people are saying. But like I said, if you are wanting to put this into your life and you keep practicing it, that is something that can manifest into your life. And also, if you live that way, it's peaceful. Like it's really peaceful, not caring about how people necessarily feel or the opinions of the world, or caring so much about a situation that you can't control or that you're in. Like we were talking about in a couple episodes ago, how people will literally research and really care about celebrities' lives. Like most of the time when I come here, I might have seen the trending topics that you've been talking about, but for the most part, I don't really know truly what is going on. Like, it's just, no. Life is hard enough. I have bills to pay. It's me going and researching and having such a hard opinion about what somebody else got going on in their life, helping me pay my bills or helping me experience the life that I actually want to experience. No. So why am I going to keep doing that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shoot, you said it all. There's nothing really combat on that. I definitely do agree that we should try to look at life in a way of it is what it is, in a positive perspective. Some people, they do take it from a depressive standpoint, but when we're able to look at it, you know what? I'm going to roll with it. Roll with the punches. And that's been something that I've been working with my counselor and mentors of mine, of just being okay with people having a negative opinion about you. Being okay with people not agreeing with what you are doing with your life or your opinions. Because as someone who is trying to be less of a people pleaser, it is very, very difficult to break out of the habit of, you know what, I care about them. But what about them? Oh, 100 people or 99 people liked it, but that one person didn't. It's very difficult to break out of that. And so I think we just got to figure out what works best for us.
I want to tell one story because this actually just happened to me today.
Story time.
So I got a call today from one of the people that it's in the works for me to be working really closely with her. And she called me today, and she was basically offering me like another position that could potentially be getting me to be making more money. And so like while she was talking, because I have some stuff that are going to be happening for me like a couple months from now, I was trying to keep that into consideration. Like as good as it sounded and as much as I wanted to help her, I was like, I need to keep this under consideration. And like you said, being a people pleaser, like in the past, sometimes I'll put myself in situations where I will exhaust myself because I want to help people. And I like before she even brought it up, while she was talking to me, I was like, dang, like I'm gonna have to think about this. I have to weigh my options. Whereas before I'll be like, oh yeah, I can do that, you know? But then she like was like, hey, like by the way, like you don't have to give me an answer right now. Like you can think about it. And I was like, I was gonna talk to you about it anyway, but thank you so much for opening the door, because like, you know, as a person who is, used to people pleasing, like obviously that might have been a little bit of anxiety for me to bring it up and I was stuck on bringing it up, but it just felt really good that she opened the door. And it was just like a moment of growth. Like I had to make a TikTok about it because I was just like, this is so like, it's so beautiful, like seeing how much of it, how I'm growing as a person and like what I'm like allowing myself to be comfortable with and not comfortable with and whatnot. So it was nice.
That's good. It's always good when we're able to reflect on how we used to be and see how far we've came.
Yes.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, guys. I think that wraps up this episode on this Good Friday. It's not Friday the 13th yet. No? Okay,
no,
cool.
No,
it's going to be the 12th. So does that mean next month it's going to be Friday the 13th?
I don't know.
Does it work like that?
I don't know. Is
no,
it
it's
yearly?
not because Valentine's Day is on the 14th. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. There's not a 13th.
But then February is a weird month anyway.
But it's a leap year, so it's 29 days.
Wow. I feel bad for y'all leap babies. I'm just saying. Anyway. Listen. This was another wonderful episode of something that should be talked about. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, leave it in the comment section or send a DM to one of us. If you got a topic that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments or the DM. And until next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We got to get these subscribers to at least 500 so we can start monetization and get some checks in our pockets. All right. But until next time, keep talking about some things that should be talked about.